So the topic of week 1 is human development, meaning, concepts, and approaches. So physical development involves growth and changes in the body and brain. The senses, motor skills, and health and wellness. Cognitive development involves learning attention, memory, language, thinking, reasoning, and creativity. Psychosocial development involves emotions, personality, and social relationships. Then, as we compare young children to those in middle childhood, there appear to be huge differences in their ability to think logically about the concrete world around them. Cognitive development includes mental processes, thinking, learning, and understanding, and it doesn't stop in childhood. The topic of week 2, the stages of development and developmental task. The development are to gain an understanding of your own life experience, help others understand what they're going through, understand the relationship of society and individual growth, lead more effectively, and support the physical and mental health of others. The most important reason looking for development milestone and is important to understand each child's development and behavior. Milestone can help explain a child's behavior. The topic of week 3, teachers as consumers and users of research. Teachers as researchers, the scientific method, research, design, data gathering technique. Simply explained, identifying problem is the first step. This is followed by stating a tentative answer to the research problem called the hypothesis. The hypothesis is also referred as an educated guess. If your research problem is concerned with determining the cause of an effect or a phenomenon, you have to gather and analyze data derived from experiment. However, if your research problem is concerned with describing data and characteristics about the subjects or phenomenon you are studying, you do not need to perform an experiment. This is descriptive research. After analyzing the data, you formulate your conclusions. The topic of week 4, Sigmund's psychosexual theory. Sigmund's psychoanalytic theory of personality argues that human behavior is the result of the interactions among three component parts of the mind, the id, ego, and superego. One importance of Sigmund's psychosexual theory is his emphasis on early childhood experiences in the development of personality and as in influence on later behaviors. The topic of week 5, the stages of cognitive development. Piaget's theory of cognitive development helped add to our understanding of children's intellectual growth. It also stressed that children were not merely passive recipients of knowledge. Instead, kids are constantly investigating and experimenting as they build their understanding of how the world works. Cognitive development provides children with the means of paying attention to thinking about the world and around them. Cognitive development encompasses the child's working memory, attention, as well as child's ability to manage and respond to the experiences and information they experience on a daily basis. The topic of week 6, Erik Erikson's psychosocial theory of development. One of the strengths of psychosocial theory is that it provides the broad framework which to view development throughout the entire lifespan. It allows us to emphasize the social nature of human beings and the important influence that social relationships have on development. The topic of week 7, theory of moral development. Moral development occurs as we grow and help us choose between right and wrong. There are 3 levels: pre-conventional, conventional, post-conventional moral development, and 6 stages following rules, self-reward, social conformity, law and order, cultural norms, and universal justice. Moral reasoning develops and changes through life as well as the universality of these stages. Understanding these stages offers helpful insight into the ways that both children and adults make moral choices and how thinking may influence decision and behaviors. Topic of week 8 is sociocultural theory. Sociocultural focuses not only how adults and peers influence learning, but also on how cultural beliefs and attitude affect how learning takes place. Scaffolding is term of the appropriate assistance given by the teacher to assist the learner accomplish a task. Sociocultural theory asserts that learning is an essentially social process in which the support of parents, caregivers, peers, and the wider society and culture plays a crucial role in the development of a higher psychological functions. The topic of week 9, ecological theory. Ecological system theory is one of the most accepted explanations regarding the influence of social environments on human development. This theory argues that the environment you grow up in affects every facet of your life. Ecological system theory views child development as a complex system of relationships affected by multiple levels of the surrounding environment, from immediate settings of family, school to broad cultural values, laws, and customs. The topic of week 10 is prenatal period. The process of prenatal development occurs in three main stages. The first 2 weeks after conception are known as the genital stage. The third through the 8th week is known as the embryonic period, and the time from the 9th week until birth is known as the fetal period. Pre-pregnancy and prenatal care can help prevent complications and inform women about important steps that they can take to protect their infant and ensure a healthy pregnancy. With regular prenatal care, women can reduce the risk of pregnancy complications. The topic of week 11, physical development of infants and toddlers. Babies and young children undergo rapid and wide-ranging physical and psychological development in their early years, which contribute to their future and health and well-being. Physical development can help with the maintenance of health weight and the development of strong bones, muscles, and heart. Learn to focus their vision, reach out, explore, and learn about the things that are around them. Cognitive or brain development means the learning process of memory, language, thinking, and reasoning. Learning language is more than making sounds. The topic of week 12, cognitive development of infants and toddlers. Cognitive skills allow children to understand the relationship between ideas, to grasp the process of cause and effect, to improve their analytical skills. All in all, cognitive skill development not only can benefit your child in the classroom but outside of class as well. Cognitive development means how children think, explore, and figure things out as it development of knowledge, skills, problem solving dispositions which help children to think about and understand the world around them. Topic of week 13, socio-emotional development of infants and toddlers. Help students better understand and identify their emotions. It can help them develop empathy, increase self-control, and manage stress. It also helps them build better relationships and interpersonal skills that will serve them in school and beyond, helping them succeed as adults. The topic of week 14, preschoolers physical development. Physical development contributes to cognitive development. As children move, explore the world, they learn about the properties of objects and their own capabilities. In the early years, children are establishing patterns of activity which will affect their whole future. Preschoolers are generally physical active. Level of activity is highest around them and 3 and become a little less as the preschoolers gets older. Preschoolers should be provided with a variety of appropriate activities which will allow them to use their large muscles. Regular physical activity help preschoolers build maintain healthy bones, muscles, joints, control weight, and build lean muscles, prevent or delay hypertension, reduce feelings or depression and anxiety, and increase capacity for learning. Lastly, week 15, cognitive development of the preschoolers. All these facts point to the enormous potential that the preschooler's brain has. The child's billion cells have the ability to make almost countless connections that prepare the child of intricate pathways to learn language, acquire logical mathematical skills, interact with people, grow in his feelings and emotions, and even express himself in art.